What's poppin', peeps? It's your boy Am for CancerMoonsTarot, and I'm coming at you guys with the daily readings. The first one I see is the first one I read. Let's get it poppin', baby, and see what we got going on for all 12 of my motherfucking zodiac signs of love, man. Hopefully you guys are doing fantastic. If so, let me know down in the comments down below. Links in the description box down below for my Instagram, my Twitter, or my TikTok. If you guys want to drop a follow, I would greatly appreciate that. Shout out my notification gang. Hopefully my notification gang pulls through. As always, the first sign I see is the first sign I read, and the first sign I saw was Virgo. So let's go ahead and get on into it. And by the way, thank you guys all so much for tuning in. Iman, thank you for tuning in. Haven't seen you in a while, girl. I hope you're well. Shout out to everybody for pulling up. I appreciate you all so much. So starting out here with the Virgo, let's see what we got going on, baby. Messages for Team Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in the next 24 hours. What do we got coming up here for Team Virgo? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, my beautiful Virgo peeps, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves one last and final shuffle, and we'll see what's up, baby. Hopefully all is well. Virgo, overall energy for you is going to be the 10 of Wands. So you could be connecting potentially with a fire sign, an Aries, Sag, or Leo. Having a look at your current energy, we do have here the 6 of Wands in reverse. Taking a look at what you're dealing with, we have here the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. And then lastly, for my Virgo peeps, is going to be the 3 of Wands upright. So coming into the next 24 hours here for you guys, let's go ahead and take a look at this. We do have here the 10 of Wands upright paired with the 6 of Wands in reverse. I feel like you're trying to take your attention off of something that's really burdensome. It could be possibly a bunch of burdens. It could potentially be a lot of stuff that's going on in your life currently. So you're doing your best here to take your attention off of that, taking a look at what you're dealing with. You're dealing with the 6 of Pentacles in reverse, which is basically the energy here of feeling incredibly unbalanced. So Virgos, you're trying to take your attention off of feeling unbalanced. You're trying to take your attention off of feeling like you're clouded by burdens. You're just trying to shift your focus into something else. I mean, looking at the outcome that's present, you got here the 3 of Wands. 3 of Wands here says, I'm like waiting for the day where I just genuinely feel a heck of a lot better, because as of right now, I'm not feeling that great. Now remember, of course, with no action, right, you're not really going to get much of a change. When you're in the energy of stagnancy, what you're going to receive is going to be more stagnancy. There's not going to be much of a change there in general. So what I do feel here for you, Virgo, is that if you want to be willing to get yourself out of this burdensome place, you're going to have to be, productive in the sense of pulling yourself out of there. Now, how would I make myself get out of a burdensome place? Well, first things first, you are doing something right that I want to mention, because you're focusing on shifting your attention, which is a really great first step. In this message, it was saying you're trying to shift your attention from being all focused on the burdens and to be focused on something else. Well, instead of having your attention on the problem, right, because that's what you're no longer trying to do, let's focus the attention on the solution. Right? That right then and there is a great way for you to take action, especially to pull yourself out of a situation that's manifested quite a few problems. So Virgos, instead of being focused on the problem, which is only going to create more frustration about whatever is burdening you or bothering you, by putting your energy into a solution, that's what's going to pull you out of whatever it is you're currently dealing with, right? So ultimately here, Virgo, in the next 24 hours, the basic message is focus on the solution and not necessarily on the problem. And I already see that you guys are taking that first step of shifting your focus into a new direction, so you might as well channel that focus into the solution of whatever it is that's currently burdening you. Okay, so focus on the solution here, guys. And if you feel like there is no solution, trust me, there's always a solution to everything. So as long as you keep your mind in a more positive space and you focus on the solution instead of the problem, you're going to find the answers here to fix and help out in your situation. All right, remember, there's always a fix, there's always a way, there's always a loophole, and most importantly, when there's a will, there's a way. All right, Virgos, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we started out with the earth signs today. I'm going to go ahead and do earth, water, fire, air. Going on to our water, let's have a look here at the Pisces, baby. What do we got going on here for Team Pisces? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in the next 24 hours. What do we got coming up here for Piscean? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, my beautiful Pisces, we're going to grab ourselves one last and final shuffle, and we'll see what we got, baby. Hopefully we're looking at something wonderful. Pisces, overall energy for you is going to be the Two of Wands in reverse. Taking a look at your current energy, we have here the Four of Swords in reverse, what you're dealing with. We got here the Hermit, and then lastly for the Piscean peeps is going to be the Hierophant card. So you could actually be connecting here with a Taurus, or you may also be dealing with a Virgo as well. Now, the Two of Wands in the reverse here to the Four of Swords in the reverse, it's a pretty interesting energy. I definitely feel like you're getting back into a space of where you're feeling a lot more decisive. You know, people could call Pisces indecisive. I'm, in a relationship with a Piscean, and I very much do know how sometimes Pisces can be incredibly indecisive. So I feel like in the next 24 hours, you're getting back into a very decisive energy. You're very firm about what you want. You're very mindful about your intentions. You feel decisive. You feel like you're on the right path. Now, taking a look at what it is you're dealing with the Hermit card. The Hermit card in this instance, I don't feel is representing like taking space away from something or taking space away from a situation. It actually feels to me like the Hermit card here is talking about the wisdom that you're gaining. So there's a potential, Pisces, in the next 24 hours that there could be some sort of spiritual download coming in here for you that helps you become more decisive about your path. I mean, looking at the outcome that's present, we have here the Hierophant. Hierophant card here is a card of commitment. It's a card of knowing where to go. So I do feel like with the Hierophant showing up over here, it's like you're going to get all the answers in the next 24 hours on an intuitive level. That's what I'm picking up. And also you're going to commit and be decisive towards the path that works for you. So if you're a Pisces and recently you've kind of been wondering like, I don't know, I feel indecisive, I don't know what the right path is for me, I don't know where my next step is, I don't know where I'm supposed to go, I just feel like in the next 24 hours you're going to be getting one of those spiritual downloads where you actually get all the information that you need to know where to go next, and then you go based upon that path. You're like, okay, you know what, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to commit to, this is what I'm going to do, I'm going to follow this path, and I'm going to make it work. So I definitely feel you being very decisive in the next 24 hours about knowing where to go next in a situation, which is really great news. Happy to see that for you. All right, Pisces, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we did the earth, we did the water. Moving on to the fire, we're gonna have a look here at Leo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in the next 24 hours. What do we got coming up here for Team Leo? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, my lion, let's get this last shuffle, and we'll see what's up, baby. Hopefully all is well. Leo, overall energy for you is the Seven of Cups in reverse. Taking a look at your current energy here, we do have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. What it is you're dealing with is going to be the Six of Cups. And then lastly for the Lion peeps is going to be the Ace of Pentacles. So, stepping on into the next 24 hours for Leos here, we have here the Seven of Cups paired up with the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. It does feel to me that you have become like almost similar to what I just read for Piscean, right? You've become pretty decisive here because Seven of Cups reverse is like, I don't want any other options. I only want just one. So when you see the Seven of Cups upright, it's a card of having multiple options, multiple situations. But when it's in that reverse position, I only want one cup. So I feel for you here, Leo, you know what you want. You have your eyes on the prize here in the next 24 hours. Taking a look at what you're dealing with the Six of Cups. So I feel like what's happening here is that you're reflecting on your past. And based upon the way that these cards are placed, considering that they're like right next to each other, what it feels to me is that in your past, most likely you were the Seven of Cups upright. You had a lot of options, you had a lot of choices, and you didn't really know what you've wanted. But now, coming into the next 24 hours, you no longer want to be like the person you were in the past. You don't want to be undecided. You want to know what you want. You want to know what you want for your path, what you want for yourself, and what direction you want to be heading in. So I see you getting very clear on that here, Leo. And with the outcome being the Ace of Pentacles, you're taking this opportunity now in the next 24 hours to go towards the path and to walk the path that you know is right for you. So maybe it's kind of like a collective thing happening here, since this reading's pretty similar to the reading I just did. But essentially, your next 24 hours, Leo, you're getting very clear and concise about what it is you want for yourself, and you're making sure that you're taking that path and you're taking the opportunity to walk that path and to make sure you get it done. So I really do like that for you guys. This is super awesome. Like I said, though, considering that we have a pretty similar message to another zodiac I already did, it could be a collective thing. Maybe this is the time now where we're all getting very decisive on what we want. I mean, today is the 10th of May. Mercury has finally gone in retrograde. With that being said, Mercury retrograde has that instance that kind of forces us to confront what we need to do and to kind of figure our shit out. So with Mercury being the influence of saying, hey, here's an issue, figure it the heck out, you're going to go ahead and get things figured out here, okay? All right, guys, I love it. Let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we did Earth, Water, Fire. Moving on to the air signs, we're going to go ahead and check out Team Aquarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What do we got going on here for Team Aqua, please? Messages for Aqua. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, my beautiful Aquarian peeps, we're going to get this last and final shuffle, and we'll see what's up, baby. Hopefully all is well. Aquarius, overall energy for you is going to be the King of Cups. You could be connecting with a water sign here for a few of you. Looking at your current energy, we got a Three of Swords. Looking at what it is you're dealing with, we have here the Ace of Cups in reverse. And then lastly for you is going to be the Knight of Swords in reverse. So Aquarian, let's go ahead and check this one out. Now with the King of Cups in the reverse here, followed up with the Three of Swords, this is an energy of having a lot of compassion. When you see the King of Cups is a very compassionate individual, a very loving individual, and a very emotionally mature person. Now the Three of Swords here could represent pain, it could represent heartache, it could represent separation. When I look at what it is you're dealing with right now, you're dealing with the Ace of Cups reversed. This is the energy of saying, I am very compassionate, I am very loving, but unfortunately, in a romantic sense, I don't feel this way towards a person anymore. So Aquarius, it looks to me like there could be unfulfillment happening here. Maybe it's unrequited love. You just don't feel the same way towards somebody. You might care about them. You might have compassion for them, but maybe you're just not in love with them, and that's totally okay. You know, at the end of the day, we can't control how we feel. We can't control falling in love with somebody. And, you know, some people would argue that staying in love is a choice, but at the end of the day, our feelings are our feelings. If we start to shift feelings there and not really have that same connection to somebody that we used to, sometimes it's just a part of life. So I do sense for a few Aquarians in the next 24 hours, there might be unrequited love coming up in your life. You know, it may be that ultimately, I'm sorry, I just don't have that connection with you anymore, and I have to do something about it because I'm not going to stay in a relationship or in a love-related situation with somebody when I don't feel that way particularly towards them. So looking at the outcome that's present, we do have here the Knight of Swords in reverse. This is the energy of saying it's time to go ahead and cut this connection loose so that you can be with somebody who truly does love you and they can be with somebody who truly loves them. So that's the vibe that I'm seeing here for you. Now, do keep in mind, if this reading, isn't about relationships or love, it could be about no longer feeling fulfilled in a certain area or aspect in your life, Aquarius. Maybe the unfulfillment is within your career or within your work. Maybe the unfulfillment's within certain friendships you have or certain types of things that you do in your life. You know, something might just not be cutting it for you in your life anymore, and maybe you're recognizing that it's time for you to go ahead and cut that out and focus your attention onto what else could be potentially fulfilling for you. So if it's like maybe your job just isn't cutting it anymore, maybe your hobbies are starting to change, maybe it's about like your daily routine just doesn't seem to be beneficial to you anymore, so you want to switch up your daily routine a little bit, that could be the energy too. So of course, take that how it resonates, okay? All right, guys, we finished up our first batch of zodiacs relatively quickly today. Moving back onto our earth signs, we're going to go ahead and have a look here at, or sorry, not our earth signs, right? Yeah, we did Virgo first. Moving back on into our earth signs. Sorry, y'all. Let's see what we got going on here for the Capricorn. What do we got, baby? Messages for Cappy. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. In the next 24 hours, what do we got going on here for Team Capricorn? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, Capricorn, we're going to go ahead and get our last and final shuffle, and we'll see what's up, baby. Hopefully all is well. Cappy, overall energy for you is going to be the Seven of Cups. You could be connecting with a water sign for a few of you. Looking at your current energy, we have here the Hermit. Looking at what you're dealing with, we got the Four of Swords in reverse. And then lastly, for Capricorns, we have here the Five of Swords in the reverse. So, Capricorns, taking a look into your next 24 hours, Seven of Cups here all the way to the Hermit card. Pretty interesting. You go from having a lot of choices, having a lot of options, to choosing absolutely none of them. You know, Capricorn, it's like, I may have all these options and choices, but it doesn't mean that I necessarily want them, you know? So I feel like with all these options, all these choices, all these fishes in the sea, it's just not something that you're interested in. So Cappies, it looks to me that even if you have a whirlwind of opportunities surrounding you right now, you're not going to really bite on any of them. I mean, taking a look at what you're dealing with the Four of Swords reversed. You know, this is a way that you've felt this way before, right, Capricorn, where it's like, I may have a bunch of options, but I'm just not interested. It's not an unfamiliar feeling. It's definitely something that's quite familiar to you. And looking at the outcome that's present, we got here the Five of Swords in reverse. What this says is, like, I'm not going to beat myself up for knowing my worth. I'm not going to beat myself up for knowing my value. If something just doesn't cut it, if something just doesn't seem interesting enough, if something is just not what I want to invest into, even if there's like multiple different opportunities and angles to take, I'm not going to take something just because I should or just because I can. I'm going to take something that I know that I feel absolutely fulfilled with and that I'm absolutely pleased with. So Capricorn, this energy is about knowing your worth, knowing your value, knowing what you deserve. And if something doesn't live up to what you actually desire, you're not going to invest yourself into it, and you're not going to beat yourself up for having high standards. And, most importantly, you're not going to beat yourself up for, not investing in something that you're just genuinely not interested in. And that's totally okay. Listen, guys, we all have our own tastes. We all have what we desire. And if certain things don't meet that, it's okay to not invest in them. It doesn't matter how many opportunities are in the way. If it's not the one for you, it's not the one for you, All right, Cappy, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we did our earth. We're going to go ahead and move along now to our water and have a beautiful look here at the Cancer. What do we got going on, Cancer? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in the next 24 hours. What do we got showing up here for Team Cancer, please? Messages for Cancer. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, Team Cancerian, let's see what we got for you guys. Hopefully all is well. Cancer, overall energy for you is going to be the Two of Cups in reverse. Taking a look at your current energy, we have here the Page of Wands. Looking at what it is you're dealing with, we got the Knight of Swords in reverse. And then lastly for Cancerian, we have here the Eight of Wands in reverse. So Cancer, taking a look into your next 24 hours, Two of Cups in the reverse here all the way to the Page of Swords, the Page of Wands upright. There is an energy of detachment here with the Two of Cups reversed. Typically when you see a Two of Cups in the reverse, it symbolizes detachment. You're walking away from something, you're detaching from something, you're just not connected to something any longer. With the Page of Wands over here, though, this shows a new interest in town. So Cancer, I do feel like while you're detaching from something, you're also interested in something new, which is awesome, right? Whenever one door closes, another door inevitably opens. So if you're detaching from a certain situation in your life, chances are you're going to find something brand new that you're interested in rather quickly. And that's what it's showing in the next 24 hours. It's like as soon as you detach from something, you find something that you're interested in that's pretty new. Having a look at what you're dealing with a Knight of Swords reversed. So the Knight of Swords reversed is like not taking any action yet. I feel like even though you want to detach from something, chances are you haven't done it just yet. So in the next 24 hours, what's happening here for you is that you want to detach from something, you have a new interest, you haven't taken any action just yet, and looking at the outcome that's present, being the Eight of Wands in reverse, chances are there isn't going to be any action stepping into your next 24. So what my best advice for you, Cancer, would be is that, well, first and foremost, if the issue of detachment is that you may feel bad for doing so, don't let that be a reason that stops you from detaching from something that you currently no longer enjoy. I can't tell you how many times I have been guilt-tripped in my past from other people to not walk away from something that wasn't making me happy. I can't tell you how many times I've guilt-tripped myself for feeling bad for walking away from something that wasn't making me happy. So Cancer, it's very important here for you to stand your ground. If you're not going to be standing your ground and standing in your truth, what you're going to do is you're going to get caught up in unfulfilling situations that aren't going to make you happy, and you're going to be doing nothing about it, all out of some sort of guilt. And that's not where I want to see you guys go, because I've been in that position many times in my life, and let me tell you, it's definitely not a fun position to be involved in. So Cancer, what I would say for you, if that's the case in your next 24 hours, nip something in the butt immediately. Be honest, be blunt, be forward. If you are unhappy with something, say it, okay? Either way though, guys, like I've said for you, I feel like you're going to find a new interest here really, really quickly. If it's not the next 24 hours, it's coming in relatively soon. And once you find what this new interest is, you're not going to feel like you are ready to take action just yet, but I think you should do so. If you feel like you're totally detached from something and there's absolutely no going back to whatever this something is, then I would go ahead and go towards what you're interested in, whatever new thing this may be. All right? All right, Cancer, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. By the way, Julia says, "Aunt, same, but we Cancers are some clingy things." Yeah, listen, Cancers can be relatively clingy. I think we all have that personality trait, right? Even as a Cancer myself, I could be relatively clingy, especially if I'm comfortable with the situation. But there are so many instances, in my life where I've noticed that I was doing something that clearly I was not proud and happy to be doing. And ultimately, the reason why I didn't get out of that situation is because I felt bad about how the other person would feel. Or I felt bad that, they would be mad at me or something like that. Because Cancers also have that people-pleasing mechanism within them, which is like the energy of an uninvolved Cancer, right? When you're an unevolved Cancer, that trait can be very toxic and damaging to you. When you're an ascended and evolved Cancer, you no longer attach that trait to you. But when you are an uninvolved Cancer, what happens is that trait becomes incredibly toxic for you, where you want to please, and you're scared because if you make somebody unhappy, they're not going to like you, or if you detach, you're going to feel bad because you might hurt somebody else's feelings. In life, you got to do what you got to do for you, right? So a message in PSA to Cancers: if something's not making you happy, it is what it is. Even if it has to hurt another person, it is what it is. Because it's better that you do what you got to do for you. Because if a situation's not meant for you, it definitely ain't meant for that other person either. All right. By the way, thank you so much, Devon, for the $4.49. Really appreciate that. And Justin Rivers, thank you, brother. Appreciate the $4.99. I'm digging the new setup, Ant. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing great, man. I really appreciate you asking. And thank you so much. I appreciate the $4 or the $5, and I appreciate the compliment on the setup. Yeah, this setup is friggin' awesome, man. It is a cool ass rig. I'm super excited that I saved up for this and that I put in the time, because it was all worth it. It makes reading tarot so much more fun and interesting now. I could just be like, hey guys, oh wait, look at this tarot card, right? It's just so cool to be able to mess around with things, and it makes it much more interesting and much more fun as a reader myself. So thank you. Appreciate that. All right, guys. So we did earth, we did water. Going on here to the fire, we're going to go ahead and have a look here at the Aries. What do we got going on, baby? Messages for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, Team Aries, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves this last and final shuffle, and we'll see what's up, man. Hopefully all is well. Aries, overall energy for you is going to be the Queen of Wands. You could be connecting with a fire sign. Taking a look at your current energy, we have here the Death in reverse. What you're dealing with, we got here the Ten of Wands in reverse, and then lastly for you is going to be the Justice in reverse. So as far as what I'm seeing for Aries coming into the next 24 hours, the Queen of Wands here all the way to the Death card in the reverse. Death in reverse usually indicates something that has not come to an ending yet. So I think that this is the energy that you're confident that something doesn't need to end, but instead you can turn this around. So I feel like you're confident of a turnaround, Aries. I mean, looking at what you're dealing with the Ten of Wands reversed. This is the energy of like, I have to drop the burdens. I have to drop what's holding me back from making a situation in my life work. I mean, looking at the outcome that's present, we have here the Justice reversed. Justice reversed is kind of symbolizing the overall outcome of how the situation has been so far. So the situation that you're dealing with so far has been something hasn't been working out for you. It's been pretty rough. It's like really hard for you and you don't want it to end. But at the same time, you're recognizing if I don't want a situation to end and if I want to save that situation, I have to let go of all the negative thoughts that I have about it. I have to let go of all the negative things that are contributing to the downfall of something in my life. If there's anything I'm doing that's contributing to an ending, I need to change that behavior. If there's anything that I'm doing that's contributing to something not working the way that it used to be, I need to go ahead and figure out what works. So whether this is about, a relationship ending, which I don't feel like this is what that's about for the majority of you, like maybe this is the energy of saving your career, the energy of saving what you are doing in your day-to-day life. It doesn't have to be specifically relationship bound, but it's recognizing like if I made some sort of mistakes that have contributed to some sort of ending in my life, I want to go ahead and change that. It's never too late to save something is what you're saying here. So in order for me to do that, I need to let go of what's standing in the way and what's leading something towards an ending or a path of an ending in the first place. So you're making sure that you're keeping yourself afloat here. And I do see you being successful in doing so. So not to worry here, Aries. I don't sense anything bad happening here for you at all. I think you're going to keep a situation afloat and it looks pretty good. It looks relatively positive. Anytime that, an ending is near, you have to ask yourself, am I doing anything to contribute to this? And if this is something you want to save, and you got to, take a step back and figure out what you can do, right? Don't always focus on the problem, focus on the solution, okay? All right, baby, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we finished up the earth, we finished up the water, and the fire. Moving on to the air signs now. We're going to go ahead and have a look here at Team Libra. What do we got going on, baby? Messages for Libra. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in the next 24 hours. What do we got coming up here for Libra? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What do we got going on? All right, my Libra peeps, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves one last and final shuffle, and we'll see what's up, baby. Hopefully we're looking at some pretty fantastic stuff. Libra, overall energy for you is going to be the King of Pentacles in reverse. So you could be connecting with an earth sign. Looking at your current energy we have here, the Two of Cups in reverse, what you're dealing with, the Four of Wands in reverse, and then lastly for you is going to be the Nine of Pentacles. So Libras, let's get on into this for you. We do have here a King of Pentacles in the reverse, and we do have here the Two of Cups in reverse. So something here is definitely lacking stability in the next 24 hours. Most likely it's a connection in your life because the Two of Cups usually represents connections between you and some other person that you're dealing with. So there's a connection here that's a little rough around the edges. I mean, taking a look at what you're dealing with right now, that is verifying the same thing. We have here the Four of Wands in reverse. Four of Wands in reverse is typically an energy of a relationship that's a little rocky and bumpy right now. And looking at the outcome being the Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles is a very independent card. It's that card of independence ultimately, which could be representing being single from somebody or taking a break from somebody ultimately as well. So Libras, I do sense that if it's a little bumpy right now in a relationship that you're dealing with, if it's a little bit rocky right now in a certain relationship that you have in your life, chances are you're probably going to take a break from that person here in the next 24 hours. Nine of Pentacles says, I kind of just need my space. I got to do me a little bit. So whatever this is, it could be a romantic situation. It could be a partner. It could be your husband. It could be a situationship. It could be a best friend. It could be your job. You just need a break from something right now just because it's been a little rough recently. It's been a little too much for you. It's been a little too unstable. So a break you feel would do it good. It will give you a reset. It'll give whatever you're dealing with or whomever you're dealing with a reset. And then we'll come back and pick up where we left off, okay? So breaks are not always a bad thing. Breaks are actually something that can be really wonderful because sometimes we all need that reset, and most importantly, sometimes we all need that space, you know? Space can really do a person well, all right? All right, baby, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So the second batch of zodiac signs for today are finished. Moving on to the last and final batch, we're going to have a look here at the Taurus. What do we got going on for the birthday peeps? Happy birthday to all my Taurians. I hope you guys are having a fantastic birthday and a fantastic Taurus season. What do we got going on here for Taurus? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. In the next 24 hours, what do we got coming up here for Team Taurus? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. In the next 24 hours. All right, my beautiful bulls, let's see what we got going on for you. Taurus, overall energy here is going to be a King of Pentacles. Taking a look at your current energy, we got here the Tower. Oh, wow. First time I've seen a Tower actually in a while here, I feel, on the daily readings. Taking a look at what you're dealing with, we do have here the Five of Cups in reverse. And then lastly for you is going to be the Ten of Wands. So Taurus, let's dive on into this. Coming into your next 24 hours, King of Pentacles here all the way to the Tower card. You're keeping yourself cool, calm, and collected while you're also having a massive awakening in your life right now. I think you're realizing a bunch of shit. You know, the Tower card for me is waking up and realizing what is actually going on, and what you weren't aware of, you now do become aware. So this is about becoming aware of what you weren't before, seeing the reality of a situation, seeing something for what it is. And as you become awakened to what's going on in your surroundings, you're navigating this in a very cool, calm, and collected attitude. I mean, taking a look at what you're dealing with the Five of Cups reversed. Five of Cups reversed is an energy where you're deciding to move forward from something. You're most likely deciding here to let go of a lot of burdens here, Taurus, because you're waking up to the fact that you carried so much weight on your shoulders that was weight that you never had to bear. There are tons of people on a daily basis that have carried burdens they've never needed to bear in the first place. And as soon as you start to wake up and realize that I'm carrying all this dead weight that I don't even naturally need to be carrying, you get to release it, you get to let it go. And it's such a beautiful and liberating feeling. I can't tell you guys how many times in my life I've carried certain burdens I've never had to carry at all. And when I realized that I can just let that shit go, it was such a freeing experience. It was such a beautiful breath of fresh air and a moment of clarity. So Taurian, coming into your next 24 hours, it's the realization that, it's the awakening too, that I've been carrying so much weight, so much struggle on my back that never needed to happen in the first place, and I can freely let this go now, all right? So it's a really beautiful energy here. I love that for you. Happy birthday to you too, man. Hoping that you guys and wishing that you guys are having the best one, okay? All right, so we finished up all the earth. We're going to go ahead and move on to the water now and have a look here at Scorpio. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What do we got going on here for Team Scorpio, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, Scorpio, we're going to go ahead and grab our last and final shuffle, and we'll see what we got going on, baby. Hopefully, we're looking at something pretty wonderful. What do we got going on for the Scorpio gang? Give me 1 second. I got to shuffle up my cards. Thank you. Scorpio, overall energy for you is going to be the 4 of Cups in reverse. Taking a look at your current energy, we have here the Sun in reverse, what it is you're dealing with. We got here the Queen of Cups. And then lastly for Scorpio peeps is going to be the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. So Scorpio, coming on into your next 24 hours, 4 of Cups in the reverse here, all the way to the Sun card in reverse. I think that you're walking away right now from something that's not making you very happy. I definitely say that's a given because 4 of Cups reverse can symbolize taking a break, or not, I'm sorry, not taking a break. It symbolizes completely ignoring and moving on from a situation. So 4 of Cups reversed here to the Sun in reverse, you're really moving away from something that made you pretty unhappy. Taking a look at what you're dealing with though, you're dealing with the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups says you have a lot of feelings about whatever the situation was, and looking at the outcome being the Wheel of Fortune reversed, chances are these feelings still remain with you today. So you moved on from a situation that made you unhappy, but at the same time, you're still carrying all the emotional residue, meaning that you didn't fully heal from the situation at hand. And that may be why you're still not feeling super relieved from a situation you've experienced in your past. You may be feeling still a little bit tied and bound to it because you are. When we're dealing with leftover feelings, leftover emotions, that's what I like to call emotional residue. And the emotional residue that you're dealing with can still keep you tied and bound to your past because you never really truly move forward until you've actually made peace with all the feelings you've had left within you. So keep in mind, May 10th today, Mercury goes retrograde. You know, Mercury retrograde is very good at bringing all the feelings that have been buried beneath the surface all the way to the forefront for you. And it's going to kind of confront you and say, hey, either you face this now or I'm going to go keep on pestering you. You know, Mercury likes to say, it's time to face how you're feeling right now. And if you don't, I'm going to keep on bothering you with all these feelings and emotions. So Scorpio, you actually have an opportunity period here in the next 24 hours to heal a lot of the emotional residue that you are still kind of left with after some ending occurred in your life. And how would you heal that? Maybe some of you guys would ask. You would heal that by actually allowing yourself to feel the feelings you feel. Because we heal through actually feeling what's going on. Believe it or not, I know that it sounds counterintuitive, but that's how we're able to process what we've experienced, and that's how we're able to release it. We have to release something by going through it, right? You ever hear the term going through the motions? Yeah, your body and your mind and your spirit literally has to go through the emotions in order for you to release that. So ultimately what I'm feeling here for you, Scorpio, is you may feel like you've moved on from a situation in your past. Most likely you haven't. You have been stuck with some emotional residue. It doesn't mean that you haven't fully moved on. I'm sure the majority of you has, but there's still that little bit of residue left over that needs your attention and that needs your confrontation here in the next 24 hours. So if that stuff does reappear for you, let yourself feel it. Let yourself think about what's going on. Let yourself reminisce a little bit, engage in the experience, and I think that you'll get that healing process kickstarted, and it'll be a nice moment of clarity where you can finally say, I finally moved on now. You know, I needed to have that session with myself, right? All right, Scorpio, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we finished up all the water, all the earth, going on to our fire now. Let's go ahead and have a look here at Saggy. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. In the next 24 hours, what do we got coming up here for Team Sagittarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What do we got going on? All right, my Saggy, we're going to get one last and final shuffle, and we'll see what we got, baby. Hopefully, we're looking at something pretty wonderful. Sagittarius, overall energy for you is going to be the Death card. You could be connecting with a Scorpio for a few of you. Looking at your current energy, we do have here the 3 of Swords in reverse. Looking at what you're dealing with, we got here the 6 of Cups in reversed. And then lastly for you, Sagittarius, is going to be the 8 of Swords in reverse. So, Saggy, coming into your next 24 hours, we do have here the Death, followed up with the 3 of Swords reversed. This is an ending at best. When you see the Death card, it always signifies an ending, and where there are endings, there are always brand new beginnings. Now, the 3 of Swords reversed is great because when you see that, that talks about the fact that you've healed from a situation. Something here doesn't bother you emotionally anymore. Something here doesn't hurt you anymore. So you've moved on from something, and you've moved past the emotions that came with whatever it is you've moved on from. So Sagittarius, you're not hurt over a situation anymore. you can definitely say here with the Six of Cups in reverse that you've totally moved on and that this situation is out of sight and out of mind, because looking at the outcome that's present for you, we have here the Eight of Swords in reverse. Eight of Swords in reverse is like, I don't really think about this person anymore. I don't really think about the situation anymore. It really has passed on, and I'm totally okay with that. So Sagittarius, I feel like your recognition here in the next 24 hours is I can finally put a situation to rest, because it's not what's on my mind all the time anymore. It's not what's bugging me. It's a situation that I could say I'm over it, and that's okay. So Sag, this is like the ultimate, I've released something, I've let it go, I've healed, I'm good, I'm ready to put this whole past thing behind me, and I'm ready to kind of just focus on other stuff in my life right now. So that's pretty awesome, because chances are this was probably a situation that was on your mind heavily, and now to say that I can think about other stuff and I can feel free and no longer feel tied and bound to something is a really, really wonderful and liberating feeling. So I like that for you, okay? And of course, with the start of Mercury going retrograde, this energy is more than appropriate, right? It's that time to start releasing stuff. So that's what I have here coming up for you. All right, Saggy, not a bad reading at all. So we finished up our fire, we finished up our earth, and we did our water signs. Going on to the last zodiac sign of the day, we're gonna go ahead and check out Gemini, baby. What do we got going on? Messages for Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. In the next 24 hours, what do we got going on here for Gemini? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, my Gemini peeps, we're going to get one last and final shuffle, and we'll see what's up, baby. Hopefully all is well. Gemini, overall energy for you is going to be a King of Pentacles in the reverse. I've been seeing this card come out a lot today for the Zodiacs. Looking at your current energy, we got here the Seven of Swords, what you're dealing with, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, and then lastly for Gemini will be the Nine of Swords. So Geminis, taking a look into your next 24 hours, we got here the King of Pents in reverse, followed up with the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords can be an interesting card because it could be the card of deception, but it also at the same time could be the card of self-deception. And with the King of Pentacles being in the reverse, this is probably representing how you've been feeling. So Gemini, maybe you're feeling a little out of balance right now, a little, you know, not super stable, a little kind of here, there, and everywhere. So if you're not feeling super balanced here in the next 24 hours, I would say just be mindful, because your mind may be more open and suggestible to negative energies. That's pretty much a warning message, I feel, is like what I'm getting for you, Gemini. It's like in the next 24 hours, if you're not feeling so hot, you're most likely going to be very susceptible to negativity a lot more easier than usual. So I feel like the universe is trying to say, like, just be mindful of what you're consuming. Be mindful of what content you consume, what people you're around, what energies you're around, because it could be incredibly easier to be susceptible to negativity during this time, especially if you're not feeling the most grounded, especially if you're feeling meh. Keep in mind that Geminis as well as Virgos are both Mercury ruled. So with your planet now being in retrograde, it makes a lot of sense that you wouldn't be feeling the most balanced. It would make a lot of sense that you're feeling a little bit out of whack with your planet specifically being in retrograde. So what I'll say is that it seems like you're pretty susceptible to negativity in the next 24 hours. It's very easy to suggest negativity and to kind of place that on you. It's very easy to be susceptible to it. So Geminis, do your best here to kind of be mindful of who you're around, what kind of energies you're around, what it is you're consuming. Try to keep your vibes motherfucking high, okay? Do your best here to kind of take whatever kind of preventative countermeasures you can to keep yourself in a positive and high vibration, because looking at the outcome that's present, Nine of Swords, this is where I don't want you to be. Now, granted, Nine of Swords is the outcome. Remember that this is tarot and that this is not a guarantee. The Nine of Swords is going to end up your outcome if you stay upon this path. The great thing about tarot is that you have free will. So anytime you see something in a reading you don't like, you can change that with your free will. So if you are going to be easily susceptible to negativity in the next 24 hours and you end up surrounding yourself with negative people or consuming negative content, of course you might be having a bit of a crappy day. But if you decide to wake up in the morning and meditate and clear your head a little bit, if you decide to put on positive frequencies to give you some positive energy tomorrow, if you decide to watch a cool podcast or do something fun with some friends and be around people that have good energy, good vibes, and good characters, you will have a completely different outcome for your next 24 hours. So just be mindful of what you're consuming. Okay? If you're easily susceptible to negativity tomorrow, who's to say you can't be easily susceptible to positivity? Okay? Positivity is contagious. It's infectious. Keep that in mind. You know, a lot of people may think that negativity can spread like wildfire. So could positivity, so could laughter, so could good energy, right? So do keep that in mind here, okay? All right, my Geminis, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Guys, I want to thank you all so much, man, for coming out to the daily reading. I really, really appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If it resonates, let me know down in those comments down below. Shout out to the individuals that come out Monday through Friday. Thank you for your love, everybody, and thank you for your support. You guys are all so appreciated. Today's an awesome day, honestly. I have felt really great today. I felt very high vibe in general. I have a lot of energy today, and I love that for me, okay? Usually I'm tired as hell. I have a good amount of energy today, and I am living for it. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's daily. I really appreciate you being here. Shout out to everybody who sent in donations, guys. They help out a lot more than you all know. Thank you for your donations, and thank you for your generosity. For people who are members of the channel, thank you for your love, and thank you for your support. Shout out to the mod gang. You guys always do a fantastic job. I love my moderators, guys. Thank you so much for all the hard work that you do. You guys are the hardest working moderators I've ever seen on YouTube. So thank you guys for killing it and crushing it for me. You are all amazing. I did want to say as well, a couple of updates coming in. Tomorrow I do have the Earth signs coming out for mid-May 2022. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, your mid-May readings will be available to you for you tomorrow. Feel free to check them out at 12:15 p.m. all the way to 12:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is when those videos are going to get posted, okay? Also, guys, remember, Mercury just went retrograde today, so the Mercury Survival Candle is still available for those of you that want to purchase it. For those of you that are unaware of what this candle is a wonderful, humongous candle. Okay, look at this. I can barely, almost just barely freaking cup my hands around this, okay? It is a humongo candle. It's called the Mercury Survival because that's the intention behind it. The intention behind this candle is to help you survive the retrograde and to make it the most smooth experience as possible. So it does come with a beautiful, lovely scent. You guys will love it. And it also does come as well with aquamarine crystal chips to help enhance the experience of smoothing over your Mercury retrograde experience, okay? So it's a year-round candle. You can buy it year-round, guys. This year we do have Mercury occurring 4 times, right? So we already had it happen once. We're going on time 2 for Mercury retrograde. So if you're interested in purchasing the candle or the Mercury Survival Kit, because there also is a kit where it comes with a candle and a beautiful soap as well to help cleanse away all those negative energies, because best believe they are out there, okay? It is the first link in the description below. Feel free to check it all out. Also, guys, I did upload today a Book of Answers check-in for May 2022. So if you haven't seen that yet, feel free to check it out. I did upload and post the Book of Answers today. So hopefully you guys go check that out, man. If you like that series, go comment on the video. Let me know. I'm definitely going to go ahead and continue to do it, okay? All right, guys, I love you. Happy Dappy Tuesday. Happy Taco Tuesday. Get yourself some tacos. Get yourself some wonderful tasting and amazing food today. And I will catch you all in the next video. Much love to the Soul family. And guys, have yourselves a good one. Peace.